Hello and welcome to CJC Adventures. I'm Carl and we're going to look at one of, well, shall we say, the least populated towns in the Black Country in the West Mid. Here in jolly old England, we're going to take a look at a town which is more famous than you might think, for famous people and, of course, industry. We're here in Winsbury, in the Black Country. Let's go and take a look. Now, one of the more famous places is the Paint and Shaft Steelworks in Wednesbury, which has since long gone. But for whatever reason, Wednesbury have decided to keep the gates to the famous steelworks. And you can see those gates right on the island just there, those white gates. They are the actual original gates to the former Paint and Shaft Steelworks, which was famous for obviously steel in Wednesbury and part of the industry. Now, that building that you can see there is the Wednesbury swimming baths, which was put up just a few years ago. And I remember this just being derelict land for many years, but since then there's been a swimming bath put up just about in every Black Country town, and this was one of them. Now, Wednesbury does have a bit of a link to Coronation Street if you're a big soap fan. Sue Nicolls was actually born here in Wednesbury, and she plays, of course, Audrey Roberts, and famous for being married to Alf Roberts, who was played famously by Brian Moseley. She also played in Rent-A-Ghost, for those of you who can remember that far back. I can't. But up to 2021, Sue Nicolls still plays the famous Audrey Roberts, the mother of Gail Platt in the story. Great character and much well loved, and she was actually born here in Wednesbury. Now, Wednesbury does have a town centre. This is the town centre. There's Iceland, Savers, Morrisons, etc. And one of the most famous places we're going to have a look at now. Now, back in 1981, Pat Phoenix, who played Elsey, opened this Playland Amusements, amongst other amusement arcades around the country. She was obviously famous for playing Elsey, and she was such a lovely lady. It's been about 40 years ago, up to 2021, it was about 1980, and it's still here, same one, it's still in business. Still doing well. Fair play. Another Coronation Street link for you. This is more of the town centre. You've got Iceland here on the left. One of the few pubs where are still in Wednesbury. I've never been in a pub in Wednesbury myself, but you know, I like that sort of thing. Fair play. Actual shop on the corner, I'm not sure if that's still open, but that was actual. It's called the Magnet Clothes Outfitters. It never seemed to look any different, and if you look at the sign, it's definitely a relic of the past. I don't know what year that would be from when that sign was erected, just saying. But you know, it doesn't look like it's open anymore. This is part of the town. Did house a Woolworths. Obviously Woolworths no longer in business, and it was the smallest Woolworths you could ever go in, one of those local ones here in Wednesbury. Now, you can actually just see that is Wednesbury Clock Tower. It is a nice building. It's under construction at the moment, as you can see. Bit of a relic from the past, and no links to Back to the Future. Being a clock tower anyway. Now, again, for those of you who are soap fans, back in 2018, I think it was, Jack P. Shepherd, who plays David Platt, actually switched the lights on in Wednesbury. He switched the lights on, and the year before that, in 2017, I actually met him in Stourbridge. So he actually came to the Midlands, as far as I know, twice in 1 year. Great character. David Platt from Coronation Street came to Winsbury. Wonderful. Now, no trip to any town would be complete without looking at a Wetherspoons pub, which seem to pop up all over the place in England and Great Britain. They're just everywhere. Every town you go to, some are better than others, but still value for money for beer and food, I suppose. Now that is the former Wednesbury bingo hall. It's fell into disrepair over the years. It's abandoned. I think one part of it's offices. You know, I don't think they know what to do with it. It's a shame, really. It's a relic of the past. Now there is a Morrisons Supermarket here in Wednesbury. When it first opened I thought it was great, you know, it was well run. That's all I'm going to say really. Nowadays I'm not a fan, just all I'm going to say really on that. There's a lot of artistry here as Warsaw is just up the road. You also got a farm foods just over there as well to go with the artistry, shall we say. I like farm foods though. That's Wednesbury Police Station. It covers most of, well, all of Wednesbury, Tipton, West Bromwich, etc. Yeah. It's Wednesbury Art Gallery. It is a... I can't explain it, it's full of faces. You can see the faces all over the brickwork. I don't know who those people are. People from the past who lived in Wednesbury maybe, who knows. Mecca Bingo Hall, if you fancy a game of bingo. That actually replaced the old tumble down one you see in the town now, which of course is a newer building. It's got, never been in, but it's got quite a lot of potential apparently. It's quite a massive area when you go in there. Now another part of Wednesbury is the link to the motorway, and that's the motorway right there. You can go north and go south anywhere in the world, or at least in the country I suppose. Get you to any airport. It's got a good connection right from Wednesbury just before you get to Warsaw. Now like most places, you know, on the way to Warsaw, we're still in Wednesbury on the border. It's got a KFC. It's nice if you're going to go on a long journey I suppose. Just here you have Pizza Hut. I've never been in one of these ones. You've got Burger King just there, you can see it over the horizon. And you've got Next, just right here, along with other stores I'm just going to show you now. Nando's curries, not an actual curry but technology of course. Marks and Spencer's, JD Sports. Also got a TK Maxx, they seem to be popular. They're just about everywhere. Next, it's a nice store that one Next. Well, I've always thought about these business parks. Axel Park. Now I've always thought, why is there so many furniture stores? And do they do any business? Well, it's unknown to me. Do they do it online, or do they just use these as storage where you can walk in when you want? I don't know, to be honest. I think there seems a bit too many furniture stores around. I've actually got this one, Smash Burger. It's supposed to be a nice burger restaurant. I don't know what they're like. Apparently they've got good reviews online, so give it a try one of the days. And just over there in the distance you've got B&M, which seem to be in every town centre or near a town centre. They're quite cheap. I'm a big fan of B&M. And you've also got B&Q, which B&Q these days isn't small anymore. They're all big stores. Wherever store you go in, they're a warehouse. There used to be smaller stores, not anymore, just the big ones. And that's one of the many churches that you have in Wednesbury. There's one or two, not as many as you would find in other Catholic or Christian towns, but that's one of them. And that's the real time. Now this is the Horse and Jockey pub. Now what you can see on the right hand side of the pub is a car park. or was a car park, and the council actually wanted to build one house. Now, think of it what you will, but it was stopped. The owner at the pub at the time said no, and it was stopped. So you think about it, why would you be that desperate to build one house on a pub car park? Who knows? Look at that clock. That is definitely a relic. It's got to be really. And what I like about parks, you do get a lot of squirrels. If you see in there, hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Hey? What's your name? What's your name? Hello. Oh, here you go. Yeah, I was saying this clock, I have to say, it's like something off a Victorian film. Shall we say Mary Poppins or Singing in the Rain? Yeah, it's certainly a, yeah, made in Birmingham. Well, good. Now this park, it's absolutely massive, and if you ever come on a summer's day, yeah, it's quite a nice experience to come on here with the family, but not today. No, you've had quite a lot of rain, we've had a thunderstorm, recently had some snow, so not the best day for a walk in the park. Have another squirrel there, he's burying his nuts, if you know what I mean. Making his bed as well, I imagine. There he goes. Now, I just wanted to have a look. This is actually Winsbury Cemetery. You see that building just there? I have absolutely no idea what that building is, because there's nothing on it to say what it is. I imagine it was an old factory. But if you actually look at the top, they've actually wrapped a phone mast around the top. My idea of that, when that building was built, mobile phones wasn't even heard of. That wasn't invented for centuries later. But strangely enough, there's one on there. Strangely, but yeah. But if you look at it, it's like something from a creepy horror film, that building. I don't know if it's just me or maybe not. You see there, that's an actual skate park in which they, I suppose, they use skateboards, and I thought that was all reserved for when you go to California. Maybe, maybe not, but yeah, I don't think I ever saw one of those in the Midlands anywhere. That's what I like about this time of the year, the changing of the trees. I know leaves can be a nuisance, but it's still nice to see different colours. And again, we have a squirrel. He's just looking at us. There he is. There he goes. Hello. I don't have any food for you today, my love. Sorry, I'll bring some next time. I suppose they're tamed again. Hello. I'll bring you some next time. Promise. Bye. Bye. Must be an actual family of them because there's quite a few there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And while it's raining, I'm going to say to you now, thank you for watching CJC Adventures. It's been a pleasure exploring as much as I can to show you about Winsbury, a town which is sort of forgot really around local parts and worldwide, but I wanted to show you a bit. It's starting to throw it down the rain now. Cats and dogs literally rather than squirrels. Please subscribe, please like this video. Goodbye for now. You don't bother the squirrels too much. Wonder why.